Morning, everybody. It's Cheryl. Happy May Day. It's May 1st, 2021. We are in week 25 of the shelter build out for the Athens Area Humane Society over here at 1030 Mitchell Bridge Road. You all have been scheduling behind the scenes tours with us, and we've just been absolutely delighted by your reaction about our progress and what you see here and what your perceptions are about how the community will receive this just gift, actually. Adoption center and pet animal hospital. So let's go in and see what the Joma crew has been working on. So many updates, a lot of which actually have been outside and on top of the building. The shell around the lip of the roof, not surprisingly, after 10 years, has developed some pullback from the seams. And if you traverse the building, you'll see a lot of black mold. Some of that is exogenous, so, from ambient conditions, and other sources are from water infiltration around that seam. So unexpected, of course, but when you remodel an existing building, some of those discoveries will happen. Anyway, so our friends at Bone Dry Roofing are working with Joma to correct that situation so that we can move forward with painting and sealing the building. But a lot of you were just absolutely surprised by the spaciousness that each room is affording for animal housing and delightful community spaces. So let's just see what's new. We're at the point now where every time we go over, we see something new. So the doors are being framed out. These are existing pieces in infrastructure that we've had that were just in the garage. The office spaces and rooms that did not have windows are now being framed out so that the interface between outdoors and indoors is a little more permeable. Always makes people more productive and happy at work. That's really important. That was an existing window. As I've been pointing out to our guests for behind the scenes tour, when you're here, you will see a lot of copper fitting. And I was speaking with the plumbers and inquiring about the liability and costs associated with all of this copper. Just so interesting to learn what people know as experts in their field. Copper right now is at an all-time high of about $3.09 per pound. And interestingly enough, my friend Chris at Summers Plumbing was explaining that if the copper infrastructure is installed, it is insured by that company or any company that installs. If it's on the floor, just laying around, oops, we gotta pick that up. It is not insured. So, for our colleagues who are building shelters now or considering it, this is important information to share. We're constantly learning about placement of materials, supply and demand, when to order, and all of that presupposes a lot of anticipatory and preemptive strategizing and teamwork with Joma. So there is no dilly-dallying around in planning. The air handlers are installed in several rooms, including quarantine, very important. And as I just pointed out, all of the plumbing for placement of storage and sinks and laundry infrastructure is going in. That's very exciting. You'll see all of the ductwork is going in, and some of our air handling pieces of equipment have arrived. Very exciting. A lot of what's happening is actually up top. So again, you'll see a lot of that infrastructure going in. The pony walls, in addition to the walls, are all being framed out, and you can see the massive amount of drywall that we have just waiting to be installed. That's the next feature. In the guest reception area of the adoption wing, there's so much ambient lighting now, you can really see what's going on. And no kidding, these 2 bay windows went in about 10 minutes while Jed and I were speaking with some tour guests. It was incredible. And you'll see that our friend Mackenzie from Joma has installed a time-lapse camera, which will be super interesting when all of the features go in to the framing out, drywall installation, and glass installation. So we can share that with our partners and with our supporters about the really cool process of installing the dream. Let's go over to clinic side. People have just been astounded at how large the surgery suite is. It is really massive. So when our friends and partners at UGA work with us to train their externs, they have 2 tables in here. We have 3. Ours will be situated in a linear fashion in more of the center of the room. And our friends at UGA will have this back space for their 2 tables. And that partnership has really turned out to be quite fruitful. But all of the design elements that we're working on with Joma has been completely anticipatory and informed by fear-free design practices to minimize the frustration, anxiety, and stress level of animals, as well as to make it a beautiful, exciting, wonderful place for people as well. Generally speaking, what works well for pets in reducing anxiety also works for people. So being mindful of the palettes that we're choosing for the visual stimuli and reducing that, as well as soundproofing the walls so that we can reduce auditory stimuli. If you've been in our Mars Hill Road shelter, you know that facility was a children's daycare center originally. It was not meant for housing animals. And so the auditory stimuli, especially for dogs, is quite alarming at some times. So we intend to reduce that. And making the spaces appropriate for the species. So dogs, of course, are social animals. And so finding ways and creating spaces for them to interact with people and other dogs as appropriate. Of course, not all dogs appreciate that stimuli, especially for some of the more challenging or food aggressive dogs, but that's a part of our planning process too, to onboard and partner with our dog training friends in the community to give dogs that are challenging to adopt or more challenging the special attention that they need so that they integrate really well into families. Our outdoor runs are complete in terms of the cement block construction, and we will soon be installing the guillotine style doors so that the dogs can come and go as they please, catch a little sun, get a little respite, enjoy the sounds of the outdoors, the birds. Yes, there's some traffic there too. And we're on our way. Next week is going to be very exciting. We are looking at some drywall installation. An HVAC installation is on deck. Our revised go date is Friday, August 13th. I hope I'm saying that correctly. The second Thursday of August, which I believe is the 12th, from 5 to 7 will be a soft opening and ribbon cutting with our friends from the Athens area Chamber of Commerce. So that's kind of neat. We will be advertising that, and then the following day will be open for business. So tell all your friends and your family and your neighbors and your online community about what you've experienced here. And if they're interested in scheduling a behind the scenes tour, I would be delighted. So for today, enjoy your week, have a wonderful day, and stand by for more updates.